The most extreme Audi RS6 of all time is this one here. Quickest, most screaming out, the Audi RS6 GT. And we'll take you on a tour here, exterior, interior, and the sound, of course, with Thomas and Autogefühl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go here with the front, but wait a minute. Where comes the inspiration from? From this racing car, the Audi 90 Quattro IMSA GTO, a race car from 1989, 5-cylinder, 720 horsepower, and some of the elements here, like the air intakes, air outtakes, and also the split rear wing, we will see now at the new RS6. Now to the face of the modern vehicle, they limit this one here to 660 pieces. They didn't want to do 666 because, you know, like devil stuff and so on. Yeah, but it does look pretty sinister, doesn't it? Here, the complete front is actually new. It is wider. This lip is also wider. And here, the air intakes, these shall remind you of the racing vehicle. If you compare it to the normal RS6 or RS6 Performance, this one looks even more aggressive. Then also these quattro citations here, and the air outtakes shall be sighted here with these carbon fiber inlets which are visible. Overall, the whole front hood and also the side fenders are both from carbon fiber, bringing down the weight a little bit. What is this and what do I need it for? German lesson for today. Werkzeug RS Sportfahrwerk Pro. Listen and repeat. Werkzeug RS Sportfahrwerk Pro. So that's Toolkit RS Sport Suspension Pro, because inside is what I need for this special suspension here. Adjustable in 3 ways and with 12 clicks. So you can really adjust it to your liking, more comfortable or sportier. It will always be sportier. This will be fitted in the glove box then for the workshop. So you really have to go underneath the vehicle to change the suspension. Audi promises they will still keep some kind of everyday driving comfort, even here with that sportier suspension. 5 meters or 197 inches is the length of this vehicle, like usual. Then the 22-inch wheels, especially here in the white edition. And this foil here, I mean, it's the white exterior color together with this colored foil. This look will be standard for the Northern American market. In Europe, you can also get some black, gray or brown, and then with or without foil. Underneath here, by the way, we have the carbon ceramic brakes with the red brake calipers, everything really screaming out. Towards the rear, now we can see this split quotation of the rear wing right here, pretty nice. And it also appears even wider. Why is that? The normal RS6 has this step in here, and they added this additional piece to make it more seamless with the rest of the rear body. Then we have the huge diffuser also with this split once again, black performance exhaust. So really screaming out, but I still think it has some kind of racy elegance. Or what do you think? And I really love the rear signature here. Turning indicators in the rear in this cascading style, very spectacular. Tell me what you think about the design in the comments. Is it too much for you or is it just right? Would be looking forward to your feedback. Top speed, by the way, is 305 kilometers an hour or 190 miles per hour. So it's even faster than you could go on the German Autobahn. Well, legally you could, but usually you don't. So you ask me how fast I usually go maximum on the German Autobahn, maybe like 180 kilometers an hour, 110 miles per hour, but when it's just like really space and freeway, and you always have to keep a lot of distance just to be safe. Yes, 180 kilometers, that's very modest, isn't it? Yeah. Typical Germans. Let's take a look here at the front turning indicators. They look also very spectacular, cascading style and this segmented view. I just love it. These are the laser lights, by the way. You can always see them here with these blue accentuations. Quattro overdrive, usual setup is 40% in the front, 60% in the rear, but this one here can send up to 85% of the power to the rear wheels. And they also worked for the GT on the Quattro Sport differential in the rear to make it even sportier, you know, that you can get out of the corners even better. And while I hope that none of the Audi folks is watching while I ease this car here around in the parking lot, I can show you the rear axle steering up to 5 degrees in the opposite direction than the front wheels to reduce the turning circle. And now the special moment. I forgot to release the hood. Wait a minute. Damn it, it would have been such a perfect show. Now, once again. This is the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo. here with 630 horsepower, like in the RS6 Performance, but the acceleration figures are a little bit different. So the normal RS6 starts at 3.6 seconds, then the RS6 Performance 3.4 seconds, because of this additional horsepower and Newton meters of torque, 850 it is. And here now 3.3 seconds, so 0.1 seconds quicker than the normal RS6 Performance. Why is that? First reason, performance tires, so you can get more power to the ground. And also here this front hood and the side front fenders here, they are from carbon fiber, and that's why you save some weight. And the interesting thing is here, these gas struts here, they are very powerful, and the same ones that are employed for the normal hood from metal. And here now, because the hood is lighter, they are actually too strong. So you really have to push them down, since you don't get like this weight support from the metal hood. Yeah, that's just a very interesting finding right here. And if you think that sounds a little thin, this is the version with the OPF, the particle filter for the petrol engine. The Northern American vehicles will sound a little bit richer because they do not get this particle filter. Key fob with RS badge at the rear. Then door closing sound. I love that. Let's try it again. That's how it's supposed to be. Really great sound. And then inside of the doors, a lot of Dynamica microfiber. Here's a little bit softer for your elbows and so on. And this is then this, darker microfiber. So you hear two different colors of microfiber. So you hardly see any hard plastic, just here in the very lower part. And then the cockpit also with more microfiber, that's directly to my liking. The whole steering wheel. Then you have dual tone contrast stitches. We can also, for example, see them at the inside of the doors. Have you noticed that here? So the red contrast stitches, and then these, I would say like silver or gray ones. Yeah, I really love that cockpit. I mean, it has a classic user interface, real buttons at the steering wheel, for example, RS badge, and then we also have microfibered covered dashboard, and also special sports performance seats. Look at that. Then you have this honeycomb structure on the inside, red contrast stitches, imitation where the seat belts would come through, RS6 GT badge, red seat belts, outside is leather red. So this is actually also Thomas proof, an animal-free seat. So maybe Audi should reserve me one. The only sad thing is that the US market do not get these great sport seats. They get the standard seats with animal skin because they say, hey, the Americans, they don't want microfiber. I don't think that's true. I think that you as customers also would appreciate these great racing seats. Or tell me in the comments what you think about this. 1.89 m or 6'2", still a lot of headroom left, and they are actually good in comfort and sportiness at the same time. They cage you in without being too tight. At the same time, it takes weight off your lower back, so it's a great racy seating position, but I can very well imagine also going longer Autobahn trips with this one. Interior cockpit overview, once again more microfiber covering everywhere, and this split screen, infotainment on top, lower part with the climate unit. Yes, I prefer a manual climate unit, but for a screen solution, it is actually a quite nice thing. And also the steering wheel, once again, greatest grip you have there, and also the volume control right here. And here in the middle console we have the badge 000 of 660. This is because this is this, prototype, first build model. This will not be sold, probably kept by Audi Tradition, by the classic department. And I wonder if there will be an extra price for the 007 model, right? This one probably the most favorable ones. However, pricing in general, at least 200,000 euros, maybe €250,000 or dollars, something in that region. Rear seats, first of all, the rear door also microfiber covered basically in everything. Yeah, found it very cool. And the same structure here also on the rear seats. Oh, the floor mats. There we go. Also with the red contrast, that also the rear passenger can enjoy that. And you have enough of space. Here, these sport seats here have this carbon fiber background. It's hard, but still has enough knee room left. And also for the rear headroom here. Microfiber also for the inside of the seating. Yeah, I mean, it makes it cozy and racy at the same time. Yeah, that was this German guy who measures the trunk of limited racing cars. Yeah, that's me. Let's take a look. Here, it's interesting how this additional piece then lifts up together with that. And the width here is a little bit more than a meter or 40 inches and a good length of 117 in meters or 46 inches. So a well-usable trunk, and these Alcantara covered, or sorry, it's not Alcantara, it's Dynamica, different company. These Dynamica covered seats can also be folded right there. So yeah, this is probably one of the most versatile racing vehicles. So most probably this is the very last time we see an RS6 with this 8-cylinder combustion engine spec. Future RS6 models, if there will be one, probably will have a different setup, maybe like hybrid or something. We'll see how it ends up, but I hope you enjoyed this episode. Now tune in to the RS6 performance in the driving part or the RS7 performance.